Hey guys, it's me, Juan. As bird owners, we know that bird toys can get super expensive, and bird toys are also one of the things that we're going to need to buy for our birds constantly. So for this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make cheap DIY bird toys using things that you can buy at the dollar store. So let's get started. For this first toy, it's going to be super easy, and you can make a bunch of these for your birds to play with. So you're going to need coin wrappers. I'm using penny coin wrappers because I wanted it to be big enough for treats to fit inside and not too big where the treats will fall out. You're also going to need craft paper, copy paper, or colored index paper, and some scissors to cut those into strips. And the last thing you'll need are treats to put into the coin wrappers. So I'm using spray millets, and you can also put other treats inside as well. So what you're going to do is take your coin wrapper and put your strips of paper through the coin wrapper. You can put the paper in straight through like what I'm doing so that it's nice and neat and so that the paper is sticking out on both ends. And then you're going to place a finger on one end of the coin wrapper so that the paper doesn't move, and then you're just going to place your treats in through the other end. And finally, you can fold down the wider end and then you're done. That was super easy, and you can also make different variations of this toy. You could just slip in a whole piece of spray millets, or you could also shove in paper through the coin wrapper and place a treat inside and alternate between paper and treats. And the last thing you could do is just place paper into the coin wrapper for your birds to destroy. So for the next toy, it's going to be very similar to the first one. You're going to need some coin wrappers again, a skewer, some plastic beads or wooden ones if you can find them, also paper cupcake liners, the craft paper, copy paper, or colored index paper strips that you cut, some jute twine. For this, I'm using about a foot long, and also some scissors. So the first thing you're going to do is take your cupcake liners. You're going to take 6 of them. It could be the same color or different colors. You're going to stack 3 of them together so you have 2 sets of cupcake liners, and you're going to take your skewer, poke a hole into the middle of these cupcake liners, and then once you've done that, you can set this aside. The next thing you're going to do is take your coin wrappers and flatten the middle down with your fingers, and then take your scissors and cut a triangular hole on both of the flat sides that you just flattened down. It should look something like this. So the purpose of cutting these triangular holes into the coin wrappers is so that we can loop in our jute twine. So after you make the holes, you can set this aside, and then you're going to take your jute twine and make a knot or 2 at one of the ends. And taking your plastic beads, you can take 1 bead and loop it onto the twine, and then take 1 set of those cupcake liners and place it upside down, and place the jute twine through the hole that you made on the cupcake liners. And then you're just going to take your coin wrappers and loop it onto the twine and place a bead on after it. So you're going to alternate between bead and coin wrapper, and when you've made it as long as you like, I ended up using 4 coin wrappers. After that, you can add the other set of cupcake liners, but this time it's going to be facing up. You can place this onto the jute twine and then loop on another bead and then make a knot, and you can make a loop at the end of the twine so you can hang this up in your bird's play gym or cage. After you made the loop, now is when you can start filling in the coin wrappers with your strips of paper. And you could of course place in a few treats if you'd like, and then you're pretty much done for this toy. Now this was super easy to make, and it's great for birds who like to rip up paper, just like the next toy that we're going to make. So for the third toy, you're going to need a puzzle book. You can also use a book that you have lying around that you don't read anymore. Also some jute twine and a drill. So the first thing you want to do is open up your puzzle book. It can be any page. You're just going to rip 1 page halfway down the book and then fold the ripped end of the paper down so some of the paper should be sticking out of the book when it's closed. And then you're just going to repeat this process throughout the book so that some of the paper is sticking out on all sides of the book. Now we want to do this just to help your birds be able to start destroying the book. So after you've done that, you're going to take your drill. I used a drill bit that's big enough for the twine to go through, and then you're just going to drill 2 holes near the bind of the book so you can hang your book up in your bird's cage or on their play gym. And using your twine, you're just going to loop it through the holes and make a knot or two at the end to hold your twine in place, and then you are done. And of course, you can use some extra clips that you may have lying around from old toys to help you hang this up. Now for the fourth toy, this one is super easy as well, and this one is considered a foraging toy. You're going to need sauce cups with lids, plastic beads, your bird's favorite treat, I'm using spray millets, and also the craft paper, copy paper, and index paper strips that you've made earlier. So what you're going to do is just take your sauce cup and crumble up or place your treats inside of the sauce cup. I'm just going to crumble up some spray millet, and then after that you can just place in a few beads and place some shredded paper over the top of the treats, and you are done. Another alternative, especially if your birds are new to foraging, is you can just place some treats into the cups along with some beads so that your birds can see the treats inside and learn how to forage. And when your bird gets the hang of that, you can start to place more paper over the top and even start placing the lid over the top of the cup so that it makes it a little bit harder for your birds to get the treats, and you could eventually see if they know how to lift up the lid so that they can get the treats inside. Now, cleanup is also super easy for this toy because you can just place the lid on it and everything is going to stay inside the cup. Now, for this last toy, this is probably one of my favorite ones. We're going to need some clear plastic shot glasses, also a drill, some plastic beads, jute twine, popsicle sticks, and also some scissors. So what you're going to do is take 2 of your popsicle sticks and cut them in half, and then you're going to take those halves and use your drill to drill some holes into the middle of those halves. So once you've drilled holes into the popsicle stick halves, you can set that aside. And then the next thing you can do is take your clear plastic shot glasses and carefully drill a hole into the middle of the bottom of the glass. Now you want to be extra careful and slow when you're doing this so that you don't break the plastic. And once you drill in your holes, you can set this aside. And then you're going to take your jute twine, however long that you'd like to make the toy, and make 2 knots at one of the ends. Then you're going to loop a bead onto the jute twine and put the jute twine through the bottom of the shot glass and take 2 halves of the popsicle sticks and loop it onto the jute twine. Next, you're going to loop on another bead and then make a knot to secure the bead. So you can stop here and make one single foraging toy. You'll just have to make a loop at the end of the toy so that you can hang this in your bird's cage or on their play gym, or you can continue the same steps on the jute twine so you can make a foraging toy with 2 shot glasses. Foraging toys like this one can be on the pricey side, but I just showed you how you can make a really cheap alternative for the fraction of the price. And for larger birds, since they have much stronger beaks, you can use larger clear plastic cups for this. Whenever you're making... Hi, Pinny. Whenever you're making your own bird toys, you always want to make sure you're using bird-safe material, and of course, use your best judgment when deciding on what toy pieces would be safe for your birds. Like the plastic beads that I'm using probably wouldn't be best for larger birds because they do have stronger beaks, which could mean that they could break those plastic beads into little pieces and they could end up swallowing it and hurting themselves. But yeah, so these bird toys were so fun and so easy to make. I think I spent less than $15 putting everything together and having some leftover supplies to make more toys. I just showed you how to make 5 super easy, cheap DIY toys using things you can find at the 99-cent store. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to our channel if you haven't already for more bird related content, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!